glory be sung for the eternity of time. Pratishtantvam agama shashwati samaha. And your glory is wonderful because you have killed one of that pair, Krauncha Mithuna. And that pair is Ravana and Mandodari. And they're called Krauncha because another meaning of the word Krauncha is crooked behavior. Ravana had crooked behavior, and we'll see, not today, some other time. Why invite Ravana for the wedding, right? And Ravana was Kama Mohitam, enamored by lust, by which he kidnapped Sita Devi. So this verse actually is the entire Ramayana encapsulated. So since this Ramayana was born this way, we're going to fast forward to ask ourselves, why is the marriage of Sita Devi with Ramachandra something to be discussed and relished? It's one episode in such a big, voluminous work. So we understand that only when Sita Devi comes next to Ramachandra can Ramachandra fulfill the purpose of his advent. That Dasharatha could not focus on managing his kingdom. He is constantly looking for Ramachandra. It is said that when he was doing his duties in the court, when one situation was over and the next item was to be discussed, he would say, Rama, come here. He wanted to see Ramachandra walk towards him. And Rama, being very obedient, would come and he say, yes, father. No, I just called you. Now you can go. And when Ramachandra would turn and go, he would be gazing at Ramachandra. The whole day was, Rama, come, please go, come and go. That's all. Because his eyes were never satisfied how much ever he drank the beauty of Ramachandra. So for 12 years, they were growing up like wonderful princes. And one day, Dasharatha, sitting on his throne, thought, my son is 12 years old. It's time for his marriage. Which was not 2021. It was some millions of years into Treta Yuga. According to that calendar, they got married early. And so he wondered, is Ramachandra ready for marriage? What should we do to get him married? And as he was thinking that, there was a knock on the palace gate. The great sage Vishwamitra had arrived in Ayodhya for some very special purpose. So the guard came in running and said, Vishwamitra is here. The king, with all of his ministers, ran to the door because if they knew Vishwamitra's history and a great sage has come. That is what hospitality is. You run out to receive your guests. Vishwamitra was brought in. He was seated nicely. His feet were washed. He was worshipped. And Dasharatha said, my dear sage, you have come here. Whatever is your desire that you have come for, I will fulfill it. What is it that you want? And Vishwamitra said, I am performing a fire yagya out in the forest called Siddhashram. And every time we light the sacred fire, there are these Rakshasas, demons, who throw stool, urine, pus, blood, make terrible noises, and they are eating away the Brahmanas. I want you to help me fight them, but I want your son Rama to come with me to do that. When Dasharatha heard this, he had a heart attack. And he said this verse. And closes at sunset. My little boy Ramachandra goes to bed when the sun sets. The Rakshasas become fully powerful only after sunset. Little boy, I cannot let him go. If you want, I will come. I will bring my entire army. And Vishwamitra said, no, I only want your Ramachandra.
Edmi Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam वसिष्ठो अपि महातेजा
aham tamevam. And Valmiki says, this is how they were walking.
अद्यर्धयोजनं गत्वा सरव्या दक्षिणे तटे रामेति मधुरान् वाणीं विश्वामित्रो अभ्यभाषत अभ्यभाषत.
Imagine if you are just sent away at clear. This was the first test for Ramachandra and Lakshmana. Guys, shut up. And although they were princes, they were not treated royally by Vishwamitra. They were walking into the forest. So Vishwamitra tested, are they good disciples? And finally when he yes, he said, Rama. And from here on, Vishwamitra is going to prepare Ramachandra to become qualified to marry Sita Devi. Because up until this point, although Vishwamitra said that I am taking Ramachandra to the forest to kill the demons, there is actually a hidden agenda. The agenda is to take Ramachandra to Mithila, but he doesn't say that to Dasharatha just yet. He just told him, 6 days, I will return your son back. But Vishwamitra is considering, if he has to marry Sita Devi, in Mithila they will ask, as they say in Hindi, Ladka karta kya hai? What does the boy do? And if Vishwamitra says, he's only a prince, so they will ask him, has he accomplished anything? No, he's just a very good boy. Then they may say, oh, good boy, but we don't know if he is qualified for Sita Devi. In the Vedas, there is a book called Shubhashita Bhandagara that has very nice quotes. And one of the quotes